All right, so we are going to learn a little bit more about dealing with system of equations in your word problems. And yes, you can do the groan right now because we all know how much you guys love word problems. All right, but we're going to break it down so hopefully it won't be too bad. All right, so you should have your note sheet out in front of you, and we're going to look at example number 1. So for example number 1, it says the sum of two numbers is 18. So what does sum mean? What math operation are we doing with sum? Yes, if you said addition, you are correct. So let's put a little plus sign up here. So it says the sum of two numbers is 18. We don't know what the two numbers are, do we? No. So let's just call the numbers x and y. So we have x added with y. And what did they say I'm going to get when I add them together? 18. All right, so we have x plus y equals 18. That's our first equation. All right. The next thing it says is the sum of the greater number and twice the smaller number is 25. And then we actually have to find the numbers. All right, so we're still adding, right? And it says the bigger number plus 2 times your smaller number is going to be 25. All right, so we haven't really said which one's going to be the big one and which one's going to be the small one. So let's just go ahead and pick. Let's make x be the small one. Okay, so how do I represent twice something? What am I going to multiply by? Yeah, 2. All right, so we're going to have 2x plus y is going to give me 25. All right, now that we have that, we're actually going to do these in the calculator. All right, so make sure your calculator is on, and there's no place like home. Go ahead and hit your home button. And I'm going to just minimize this a little bit so that you can see the calculator screen at the same time. So it's a little small. Let's make it a little bit bigger. All right. So go ahead and hit your home button and click on A for calculate. All right, and so what we're going to do is go ahead and when you go to the restaurant, what do you look at? The menu. And then you're in what class? Algebra. So go ahead and click on algebra, and you're going to click on the second option, which says solve system of linear equations. It's pretty self-explanatory. How many equations do we have? 2. And our variables are x and y. Good to go. All right. So now all we have to do is type in our 2 equations. So we have x plus y equals 18. And then we have 2x plus y equals 25. Bada bing, bada boom. There's our answer, 7 and 11. 7 and 11. All right, so all we have to do is write that down. So we have our bigger number, or I'm sorry, our smaller number, x is 7, and our bigger number, y is 11. And if you want to write it as a coordinate point, you can. All right, and then the other thing that you should probably do is check these. So remember to check something. You're just going to plug it in and make sure it works for your equation. So let's see, it's 7 and 11 is 7 plus 11, 18. Yay. And then let's check this one. So it's telling me 2 times my x, and we said x was 7, so 2 times 7 is 14. And y we said was 11, so 14 plus 11 is at 25. Yay, it is. Good job. All right, let's go ahead and go to our second one. Now, I like these ones that they deal with money, because I feel like they make a lot of sense. And who likes money? I like money. Alright, so a band at another school is selling erasers and pencils. So I want to call this not X and Y. I want to use erasers and pencils, so E and P for erasers and pencils. They sold total 220 packages, and they earned $695. The erasers were $2 and the pencils were $5. And so we have to write a system of equations to figure out how much of each did they sell. Alright, so money goes with money. Alright, so how much did your erasers cost? $2. Alright, so I'm going to say 2E. Alright, how much did your pencils cost? 5. Alright, so plus 5P. Ooh, make that a little bit prettier. 5P. And how much money did we make? $695. Yay, money. Alright. The next thing, we have to deal with this total number of packages that they sold. So total they sold 220. Now, what are we selling? Erasers and pencils, right? So your next equation is going to be pretty straightforward. E plus P is going to give you your 220 packages that you sold. So E plus P. Oh, sorry, that was my dog. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to our equation. So when you go to the restaurant, you look at the menu, and what class are we in? Algebra. Number 2, we have 2 equations, and this time let's go ahead and change this to E and P for erasers and pencils. Make sure you put a comma in between them. Hit OK. Type that bad boy in. We have 2E plus 5P equals your $695. And then E plus P equals 220 packages sold. Hit enter. Alright, so we sold 135 erasers and 85 pencils. And you can tell E goes with the 135 and P goes with the 85 because first and second. So 135 erasers and 85 pencils. So let's go ahead and write that down. 135 and 85. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pause the video now. Make sure you actually pause it. And I want you to try the next 2 examples. The next 2 examples are more like example number 2. You have your money equation that deals with all your money and your total number equation. Alright, so go ahead and pause that and you try it now. Alright, welcome back. Hopefully you were successful. Alright, so it says Grandma's Bakery is selling single crust apple pies for $6.99 and double crust cherry pies for $10.99. The total number of pies sold on a busy Friday was 36, and they made $331.64. How many of each type of pie was sold? Alright, so money with money, right? So how much do my apple pies cost? $6.99. So I'm going to call that $6.99A, A for apple. Sorry, my 99 is very far away from the 6. It's a little strange. And then my cherry pies are $10.99. So $10.99, C for cherry. And total, how much money did we make? $331.64. Alright, so the next thing that we need to deal with is the total number of pies sold. So how many pies did they sell? 36. Okay. So, and what kind of pies did I sell? Apple and cherry. Yeah. So we're going to say A plus C. Maybe a little bit more plus sign. Plus C equals 36. Alright, so you know the drill. Let's get the calculator going. So when we go to the restaurant, what do we look at? The menu. What class are we in? Algebra. And solve system of linear equations. Alright, so we do have two equations, but this time we have apple pie and cherry pie. So let's type in the first one. We have $6.99 A plus $10.99 C equals total. We had 331.64. And then our next equation, apple pie plus cherry pie equals 36 pies total that we sold. Enter. So we sold 16 apples and 20 cherries. Beautiful. We have one more that we are going to go through. So we have a promoter selling tickets to a concert. There's $17 in advance and $20 at the door. The total number of tickets purchased is 514, and total they made 9,158 big bucks. How many tickets are sold at the door? All right. So we have two different options, advanced and door, right? So you know the deal, money with money. So how much are my advanced tickets? $17. And since they're advanced tickets, let's call them A for advanced. How much are my door tickets? 20. So we'll say that is 20D. And your big bucks, 9,158. All right. So your next equation, pretty straightforward. What kind of tickets did we sell? Advanced and door, and how many of them? 514. So my next equation is going to be advanced plus door equals 514. All right, so let's go ahead and pull the calculator up. So when you go to the restaurant, what do you look at? Menu. What class are we in? Algebra. System of linear equations. We have advanced tickets and door tickets, so A and D. Let's go ahead and type it in. So $17 in advance plus $20 at the door equals 9,158. And then advanced tickets plus door tickets equals your 514 sold. So 374 advanced and 140 at the door. So 374 and 140. And remember, on the last three examples, I did skip the check part, but please, please, please make sure that you always check it, because it's a big shame when you get a problem wrong, when all you have to do is check it and, double check your math. Sometimes we get a little crazy and, add wrong. I've done it too. Don't feel bad. Alright, so advanced tickets 374 and door tickets 140. Thanks for watching.